I think the modern hookup culture has got people all sorts of messed up, and especially young women barking up the wrong tree when it comes to trying to figure out what the hell's going on and why they can't tie a guy down and get a guy to commit long term. What am I talking about? I just chatted this past weekend with a young woman who wanted to do double jaw surgery to improve the way she looked. When I first saw her, I thought, wow, she's very pretty. What's going on here? Does she have sleep apnea? No. TMJ disorder? No. Just wanted to do double jaw surgery to nudge her face this way and a little bit that way because she was insecure about this and that. And I thought to myself, okay, dear, you can do that for 50 grand for a year of swelling. You're going to be cutting your face off and reattaching it with plates in order to fix, yes, these imperfections. But hun, no one's perfect in the way they look. Certainly not me, not you, and no one else. So do you really want to go down this path? What are you trying to achieve? What's this really all about? What's this really all about? Because you're pretty. She said, well, maybe you're right. Maybe this is something I'm dealing with internally, a little bit of body dysmorphia. And I said, okay, could be. Is there something that happened to you that's made you feel insecure about the way you look? She said, well, I had a bad breakup a couple of years ago in my late 20s. And I said, that makes sense. There's some trauma here. And I said, well, how old was the guy you were dating? She said, he was in his late 20s too. And immediately I knew this young woman could be the victim of another fuckboy. A guy in his late 20s who goes in, has sex with a girl, and then decides that he doesn't want to commit because there's no incentive structure to commit, and then he breaks up with her after having sex with her a bunch of times. Regardless of how good looking she is, she could be freaking Angelina Jolie, and after a guy has sex with her for 6 months straight and has 100 orgasms in that time period, he's decided it's time to move on and spread his seed elsewhere. And as a result, the woman thinks, oh, I must not be good looking enough. When in reality, the problem here had nothing to do with the way she looked and had probably a lot to do with the cultural dynamics around dating and mating in this corrupt hookup culture that we have. And so what I think about these cases is that the problem, women, is not that you're not good looking enough. It's that you're dating the wrong type of guy. What does it take to get a man to commit? Men, by our nature, evolutionarily, are non-committal. It's very easy for us to procreate with lots of different women in a very short time period. And that time period is basically limited by our refractory period, the amount it takes for us to recharge our gametes in our testes and bust another nut, basically. We can do that, let's say, once a day. So in a 9-month period, we could have 9 times 3, 270 babies, right? One a day. Whereas in a 9-month period, you as a woman can only have one baby, which makes you more interested in tying down that man to help and protect you through that pregnancy and beyond. And so by nature, you're more interested in a long-term relationship, in a commitment. That's against a man's nature. So what does it take to get a man to go against his nature and commit to you long-term? Is he just going to do that to date you casually? No. It has to happen in the context of children. What it takes to tie a man down is children. A man is willing to give up his freedom to procreate and have sex with lots of other women for children. And so, women, if you want to tie a guy down, if you want a long-term relationship, seek a guy who's looking for a family. Stop looking for these fuckboys that are clearly just out there slaying and then dropping girls, and instead look for a guy who is clear about the fact that to have a family requires sacrifice. It It requires giving up his opportunities to be with lots of women and to stay with you. A man will do that for the right reason, and basically for only one reason. And that reason is to support a family and to give children a two-parent household. So, kind of a controversial thought, but let me know what you think about that. I think that a lot of women need to realize that it's not about them not being good looking enough. It's just about them dating the wrong types of guys. Try seeking a man in his late 30s or so, mid to late 30s, who has been through the hookup culture himself, realizes it's all empty, it's all for naught, and who understands that the real purpose of life is to have children and to raise families. And that type of guy is going to be more likely to settle down and to commit to you and to make the sacrifices that it's going to take to raise a good family, which means to stop seeking lots of novel sex opportunities and to be willing to be tied down with you. All right, those are my thoughts there. Let me know what y'all think. That's it for now. Peace out.